Hey everybody, it's Dave here from Dragonhill Games, and in this video we are going to be opening one of the set boosters from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, the new Dungeons & Dragons MTG crossover. And this is a sponsored video, so I really did want to thank you and put a big shout out to Robert S. for sponsoring this video. We got a bunch of sponsored videos this time, all from different people with different products, so I'm really super excited to keep cracking this set. It's been really awesome so far, and we actually did a, these feel like really loose packs, so I wonder if these were maybe made somewhere else than the pre-release kits. That is a distinct possibility. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. It's like an info card for actual Dungeons & Dragons. And it has the art on the other side. Really neat. Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, we did yesterday a pre-release kit opening, and they were some really nice pre-release kits. So make sure you check that out. We have a Wild Shape, a Silver Raven, okay? And then we have Spoils of the Hunt, and an Ochre Jelly. So this guy is 1 green and X. It's an ooze, of course. It has trample. It enters as a 0/0, but it enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. And it has split. When Ochre Jelly dies, if it had 2 or more +1/+1 counters on it, create a token that's a copy of it, and at the beginning of the next end step. The token enters the battlefield with half that many +1/+1 counters on it, rounded down. Non-stop oozes incoming. And then we did have a foil Planar Ally, and I will say I'm a little bit disappointed that straight out of the pack these are already starting to pringle, so hopefully that's not going to be an ongoing issue with this set. I thought Wizards was really starting to get that under control. Here we have another amazing art card. Let's put that down there. So we got a land, a Loathsome Troll. I'm assuming you get one of these sort of art cards, maybe it's any rarity in that sort of first slot. Let's find out when we open some more packs. There's a Displacer Beast. Okay, a Potion of Healing. Pretty awesome. I love all the D&D references in this set. Amazing. Then we have Orcus, Prince of Undeath. Really awesome. Rare there. Okay, we'll put that over there. And we have a foil Goblin Javelineer. Yeah, really a little bit disappointing. Okay, so I guess that's going to be a problem maybe with this set. All right, Robert, let's get going with your box here. I really do hope you get a bunch of awesome stuff. So what are you guys thinking of this set? Why don't you... Yeah, so it looks like after the land, you're going to get one of these new art cards. It seems to be the thing so far, at least with these first few packs. What are you guys thinking of this set? Did you get out to a pre-release? Are you going to a pre-release? That's coming up this weekend. Here we have Nadar, a Selfless Paladin, 1 white and 2 for 3/3 legendary Dragon Knight. He has Vigilance, and whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, venture into the dungeon. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you've completed a dungeon. Interesting. The dungeon is the really big theme with this deck. And we have a Scion of Stygia in foil. Okay. Yeah, so are you getting out to a pre-release? Let me know. Looks like we're going to have a list hit. Sweet. Let's see. Excited to see what that is. Okay, then we have a foil, so I'll put that up there with the foil. So yeah, definitely get one of these art cards right under the land slot. It looks like in every single pack. Just going to put that down there for 2 seconds and reorganize Robert's piles. I'll try to keep things in the best order that I can. All right. Back to this pack. So Paladin Shield, okay, +2 mace, love it. Grim Wanderer, okay, we have You Find Some Prisoners, another Paladin Shield, there's that Scion of Stygia again. Ooh, and our first mythic hit so far, the Taresk. So this guy is 9 mana, 3 green and 6 for a legendary dinosaur. Of course he's a 10/10. The Taresk has haste and ward 10 as long as it was cast. Whenever the Taresk attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls. That is actually really sweet. I could definitely see that making it into my Sabala deck. And our list hit was a Light Up the Stage. Really awesome card. Not super valuable, but super good card, kind of in most formats. All right, let's look at that art card again. There we go. We have a Swamp in this one. Yeah, so Blink Dog, really awesome. Let's get down to the good stuff here. Fly. 50 feet of rope. Amazing. Chaos Channeler. Here we have Varus Silvery Moon Ranger. Varus Silvery Moon Ranger. He is 3 mana, 2 green, and 1 colorless for a legendary human elf ranger. He's a 3/3 with reach and ward 1. That ward, they've really been putting that in the last few sets, eh? Whenever you cast a creature or planeswalker spell, venture into the dungeons, this ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever you complete a dungeon, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Okay, and then we got Fighter Class, which is one of these new classes. These things you kind of level up, and they just keep getting better as time goes on. So yeah, I did say that. Let me know what you guys think of this set. Do you like the new Dungeons and Dragons theme set? Do you like these crossovers they've been doing lately? I actually had someone in my store last week, and he was talking about how he's not overly impressed with all of the crossovers, but I actually do think that this is a pretty good idea for them. I think this is an excellent choice as far as crossovers. Here we have Lair of the Hydra. I really do like this one, the new man lands. So the rares, and if you control 2 or more other lands, Lair of the Hydra enters the battlefield tapped. Of course, you can tap it to add a green, and you can pay a green and X, and it becomes an XX green Hydra. Until end of turn, X cannot be 0. There's another info card. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of crossovers going on. I mean, I know we had the sort of secret lair thing, the big debacle with that, and Walking Dead. And then, of course, we had the Godzilla theme in Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. We sort of had a Harry Potter thing going on with that Strixhaven set. I'm sure if they could have got the rights or worked out a deal, that would have been a Harry Potter set. There's a really nice one. So we have Azarial Archduke of something. I'm going to say the Parnas? I'm not sure. It's covered by an amazing Macy-looking chain thing there. 2 red and 2 for a legendary planeswalker. It enters with 4 loyalty counters +1. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. For 0, you can create a 1/1 red devil creature token with whenever this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. And -6 is you get an emblem at the end of first combat phase on your turn. Untap target creature you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Pretty sweet looking borderless card, and we got a foil devoted Paladin. A couple more packs for this stack here. Okay. Yeah, actually looking really forward to running a sealed tournament in my store up here in Canada this weekend. It's going to be pretty awesome. Sadly, it is unsanctioned because we are not allowed to have sanctioned events here in Canada yet. Thank you very much, Wizards, for all of the support that you always give us and supporting your local game stores by making sure that we can actually run tournaments when it's been like a year and a half that we can't. Of course, I'm being facetious here. I'm not even going to hazard this guy's name, but he's a 3 mana 3/2 legendary creature horror. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may return it to its owner's hand. And whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Seems pretty good. I think that'll definitely see some commander play. And we have a Shambling Ghast as a foil. Okay, info a token. Yeah, super excited. This set is pretty awesome. I know I keep saying it, but I really do think that this was an excellent choice for a crossover. I played D&D virtually all of my adult and teenage life, and it's awesome to see some of these cards and cards being named after things that I grew up with playing in the game of Dungeons and Dragons. 50 feet of rope again. Here we have Temple of the Dragon Queen, Orb of Dragonkind. So let's see what this does. 1 red and 1 for an artifact. You can pay 1, tap it, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells or abilities or activate abilities of dragons. You pay a red, tap it, sacrifice Orb of Dragonkind. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal a dragon card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Then we have a Neverwinter Dryad as a foil and a Tempest Djinn as our list hit from this pack. Okay, last pack, first stack. Oh man, I think this has been a pretty good box so far, especially with that borderless planeswalkers. They're always nice hits to get for sure, especially out of kind of a regular set like this, right? Okay, here we go. Boo! I love this guy. Look at him. That is an amazing looking token. Boo, of course, Minsk and Boo there. All right. I've turned that pack right way up. Here we go. That's a quick look at the art card. Oh, that's actually pretty neat. Look at that. Neat. Okay, that's cool how that turned out. We have Foil Island and a Sheshra Death's Whisper. Okay, we'll put that there in the uncommon slots. You find a Cursed Idol. Still loving the names, and I'm amazed by all of the new ones that I see. Demogorgon's Clutches, a Great Axe, Neverwinter Dryad again. Here we have a Froghemoth. Okay, 5 mana, 2 green, and 3 for a Frog Horror. He's a 4/4 with Trample and Haste, and whenever Froghemoth deals a combat damage to a player, exile up to that many target cards from their graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on Froghemoth for each creature card exiled this way. You gain 1 life for each non-creature card exiled this way. Interesting. Air Cult Elemental as our foil. Okay, into the second stack here. Let's continue on getting awesome hits for Robert. We're going to be seeing something from the list. There is the Purple Worm. Man, that thing is a beast in Dungeons and Dragons, especially if you run into that early in the game. Here we have Chattering Skeletons, or Clattering Skeletons, I suppose. Bar the Gate, Secret Door, of course. Plate Armor, okay. This guy. Choose your weapon. Plummet. That's a pretty common card to see in a lot of sets. Hobgoblin, Abandon Lord. 3 mana, 2 red, and 1. A Goblin Rogue. He's a 2/3. Other goblins you control get +1/+1. I can see definitely already seeing this guy getting play. 1 red, tap Hobgoblin Bandit Lord, deals damage equal to the number of goblins that enter the battlefield under your control this turn to any target. Yep, that's definitely going in everyone's Krenko deck. Instruments of the Bards, 1 green mana for a legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a Harmony counter on Instrument of the Bards. You can pay 4, tap it, search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to the number of Harmony counters on the instrument. Reveal it and put it into your hand. If that card is legendary, create a treasure token, then shuffle. Wow, this thing is amazing. Definitely going to see Commander play with that card. There's a blue dragon foil and a Calming Listed from the list. So interesting old stronghold card there. Okay. Yeah, this Instruments of the Bards, wow. Awesome. That's going to make it into a lot of green Commander decks. I am certain of that. Interesting. We also had a Buellette as the sort of art info card, and then we got that as our alternate art card as well. Pretty neat how that keeps happening. There's a black dragon, a white dragon, right back to back, a Dragon's Disciple. I guess this is a dragon themed pack. Here we have Barbarian class, and then Tiamat. Nice hit. Congratulations, Robert. This guy is a very sought after. A legendary creature, Dragon God, a 7/7 flying. When Tiamat enters the battlefield, if you cast it, search your library for up to 5 dragon cards not named Tiamat that each have different names. Reveal them, shuffle, and put them into your hand. Really, really awesome. Congratulations, and a foil bag of holding to top things off there. Awesome card. I really do like that Tiamat. Again, going to be appearing in a bunch of dragon-themed commander decks. Okay, here we go. Look at that art card there. Forest. Okay, Gretchen Titchwillow. I love her name. Okay, whoops, let's put these in the right piles there. Planar Ally, Fate's Reversal, Temple of the Dragon Queen. Here's a green dragon. Wandering Troubadour. Okay, that's an uncommon. Shocking Grasp, a Reaper's Talisman, and then a Dragon Turtle as the rare. 3 mana Dragon Turtle. He's a 3/5 with Flash. Drag below. When it enters the battlefield, tap it and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. They don't untap during their controller's next untap step. I like the theme behind that one. And there is a foil plate armor and a Dungeon of the Mad Mage. It's going to be one of those sets that you're going to have to kind of hang on to those dungeon tokens, right? A lot of cards interact with the dungeon tokens. So kind of be like Ikoria, where you needed all those little vigilance tokens and flying tokens and different things that you could, different creatures and spells and things give in Ikoria. You're going to have to kind of do the same thing here with this set. Make sure you have a good supply if you plan on using cards that access the dungeon regularly. Sphere of Annihilation, 1 black and X for an artifact. Sphere of Annihilation enters the battlefield with X void counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile Sphere of Annihilation all creatures and planeswalkers with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters on it, and all creatures and planeswalker cards in graveyards with mana value less than or equal to the number of void counters. That definitely is a Sphere of Annihilation. There's Magic Missile as a foil, and a Kindred Discovery. That's a pretty good hit from the list there. Alright, good for you. Yeah, this box is doing okay. Really impressed with that Tiamat. Here we go. Let's have a look at this art card. It's probably a red dragon, I would assume. There we have a Swamp, a Baleful Beholder. Okay, Feigned Death, a Manticore, Spare Dagger, Battlecry Goblin, Goblin Morningstar, Hulking Bugbear, Werewolf Pack Leader. Okay, 2 green for a 3/3. He has Pack Tactics. Whenever Werewolf Pack Leader attacks, if you attacked with creatures with total power 6 or greater this combat, draw a card. And you can pay 4 mana until end of turn. Werewolf Pack Leader has base power and toughness of 5/3, gains trample, and it isn't a human. Okay. Doesn't flip or anything. Dancing Sword. Alright, let's check this one out. 1 white and 1 for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. When equipped creature dies, you may have Dancing Sword become a 2/1 construct artifact creature token creature with flying and ward 1. If you do, it isn't an equipment and it has an equip cost of 1. 3 rares in this pack. There is Sorcerer's Class and a Wild Shape foil. Wow. Okay. Let's get things moving right along here. Okay, there we have a Kobold info token with a Kobold on the other side. Alright, Plains, a Displacer Beast. I really do love these art cards. Amazing. I haven't been so impressed with some of these sort of showcase cards from previous sets. There's been some nice ones, but I do actually like the showcase ones in this set, that is for sure. Adult Gold Dragon Borderless, awesome. Man, that's cool. I do see that this will probably get some play, I think, in Standard, right? Because you're only 5 mana in the Boros colors, and has Flying, Lifelink, and Haste at a 4/3. Wow, and there is Azarial Archduke of whatever is under that mace in the actual borderless foil. So we got the borderless one and the borderless foil. Really sweet. I suppose I'll put that up there with the foil pile. Okay. Would have been nice to see something different, but I guess you can't complain about getting foil borderless planeswalkers. It seems a pretty good deal. And then we're going to have another list card in this pack. Okay, here we go. Straighten these out a little bit. Celestial Unicorn. Okay. An Owlbear. Awesome. There's the Purple Worm. A Dungeon Map. Red Dragon. Okay, here's a Rhyme Shield, a Frost Dragon, another Goblin Morningstar, Eye of Vecna, 2 mana for a legendary artifact. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 2 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card and lose 2 life. Then we have a foil Barrowin of Clan Undur. Okay, and an Orcish Lumberjack from the list. Okie dokie. Continuing right along here. Man, this set booster pack's awesome. That's cool. I like that. Alright. Yeah, these set boosters are really cool. By the way, set boosters are available at your LGS on pre-release weekend. So if you're interested in picking that up, make sure you speak with a representative at your local game store. There's a Gelatinous Cube, and we have Hall of the Storm Giants. So let's have a look at this. Another manland, of course, the blue one. If you control 2 or more other lands, it enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add blue and pay 6, 1 blue and 5. Until end of turn, it becomes a 7/7 blue giant creature token with ward 3. I think of all of the manlands, that's probably the least useful for me. I feel like blue is not going to want to pay 7 for a 7/7 giant. I'm not sure that really fits into Blue's strategy. Let me know what you think, if you think otherwise, in the comments section below. Shocking Grasp, Burning Hands, Chaos Channeler. Here's an Iron Golem, a Displacer Beast, okay, Hunter's Mark, and then we have a Teleportation Circle, 1 white and 3 for an enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature you control, then return that to the battlefield under its control. So similar to sort of Conjurer's Closet kind of feel there. And then we have Pegasus Stampede as our hit from the list. It's the last pack from the second stack. Okay, there's Zorn, a Forest. Knoll Hunter, here we go. Bull Strength. You see a guard approach. Kick in the door. I guess that's what you do when you see a guard approach. Here we have a Magic Missile, Wizard Class, Sudden Insight, Devoted Paladin, and Hoarding Ogre, Inferno of the Star Mount. So another mythic, good for you. It's a 6-mana dragon that's a 6/6. It can't be countered, so that's always a plus for red. Flying Haste, and you can pay a red. Inferno of the Star Mounts gets +1/+0 until end of turn, so we have Fire Breathing there. When its power becomes 20 this way, it deals 20 damage to any target. Amazing. And a Jin Windseer. Okay, my camera's about to run out, so I'm going to stop for 2 seconds, and then we'll get right back to that last stack. And we're back. All right, into the last stack. Congratulations, Robert. I think you're doing pretty good so far. We've got a couple of nice mythics there for sure. Okay. And here we have Mimic. Awesome. Love it. Of course, Mimic has to be in there. It's like an iconic D&D creature, right? A Drider. Okay, here we have a Reaper's Talisman. Dueling Rapier and Flump. This guy I got in our one pre-release kit. It's 1 white and 1 Defender Flying, 0/4. When it's dealt damage you and a target opponent, each draw a card. Here we have Grand Master of the Flowers. Awesome. Another mythic. There is a ton of Planeswalkers in this set. So 2 white and 2, it's a legendary planeswalker. It enters with 3 loyalty counters. As long as Grandmaster of the Flowers has 7 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 7/7 dragon god creature with flying and indestructible. It's really got a Gideon type feel there to it, doesn't it? +1, target creature without first strike, double strike, or vigilance can't attack this turn or block until your next turn. And another +1, search your library and or graveyard for a card name Monk of the Open Hand, reveal it and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Okay, interesting. Kind of forces you into playing a certain style of deck. All right, there we go. Man, knocking off the Planeswalkers in this box, right? There we go. Cool look at that art card. Here we have a swamp. Of course, you get one of these swamps with the actual text in the, or one of these lands, I guess, with the actual text in the text box in every single pack. All right, there's that Baleful Beholder. And we have a Trickster's Talisman, a Feywild Trickster, okay, Mordenkainen's Polymorph, and a Delina Wild Mage. 1 red and 3 for a 3/2 a legendary elf shaman. That's interesting. We have an elf in red. Pretty cool. Whenever Delina Wild Mage attacks, choose target creature you control, then roll a d20. 1 to 14 gets you create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary and has exile this creature at the end of combat. But 15 to 20 will get you create one of those tokens and roll again. Pretty solid. I really like her. She's amazing. There we have the Blackstaff of Waterdeep and a half-elf monk foil. Okay. So no huge, actually I was going to say no huge foil hits, but I suppose we had that Borderless Planeswalker foil. There's an actual signed or gold embossed art card. Okay, so you usually get 1 or 2 of those in every box. That's a set booster, of course. There we had Red Dragon in the Borderless treatment. Plummet, Power of Persuasion is an uncommon. Abhorrent Mind Sorcerer, okay. An Underdark Basilisk, yes. Horde Robber, and then Triumphant Adventurer. So here we have Orzhov colored 1/1 Human Knight with Death Touch. As long as it's your turn, Triumphant Adventurer has first strike, and when he attacks, venture into the dungeon. You find the Villain's Lair. Awesome. Sounds like a boss fight incoming. Okay. Here we go, another art card. Yes, okay, we have a mountain, a pixie guide, Ranger's Longbow, okay. Spoils of the Hunt, Barbarian class, critical hit. There we have a Guild Thief, okay, another half-elf monk. Straighten out these piles a little bit. Always such a mess. Okay. Cave of the Frost Dragon. So here we have the white manland. Of course, they're all the same. If you control 2 or more lands, it enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap to add white, and you can pay white and 4. Cave of the Frost Dragon becomes a 3/4 white dragon creature with flying until end of turn. It is still a land. Then we have Mind Flayer, so 5 mana for a creature horror. He's a 3/3, and Dominate Monster. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature for as long as you control Mind Flayer. Pretty solid. I really do like him. And then a foil rogue class. So there is a foil rare. Nice. Roll for initiative. A few more packs to go here. So we got a lot coming up. Of course, we're going to be having collector booster boxes, and there's a foil mountain, and we have the bundle box opening, a regular draft booster box opening. So lots of awesome adventures in the Forgotten Realms stuff yet to come. And we did get a bunch of really awesome sponsors for all of the content this time around. Here we have one of those module cover Dungeon Descent. All right, so this is a rare land. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap to add a colorless. You can pay for, tap it, and tap an untapped legendary creature you control. Venture into the dungeon. Only activate this as a sorcery. Okay, and then we have a Faraday's Fireball in foil. A bunch of F words there. Okay. Here we go, a couple more packs to go. That's a pretty cool looking picture of a Mimic. Yeah, I actually really like that. That's awesome. Foil Swamp, okay. Oh, that is an uncommon. Alrighty. Check for traps, something you should be doing on the regular. There's a Portable Hole. I think that card's pretty awesome. Soul Knife Spy, Power of Persuasion. Here we have a rare white. So 1 black and 1. It's a zombie soldier, a 3/2. White enters the battlefield tapped. It has Life Drain. Whenever a creature dealt damage by white this turn dies, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token and exile that card. So pretty sweet. Makes a bunch more zombies. I do like that. Seems like a decent card. And a 3/2 for 2 seems okay. It's a little bit slow with the tapped, enters the battlefield tapped. However, I think that it's still a pretty solid card, especially in something like limited play. Okay, Plate Armor. There we go. Steadfast Paladin. A Loyal Warhound. Okay, so we have a dog that's a 3/1 for 2 mana. It has Vigilance. And when a Loyal Warhound enters the battlefield and if an opponent controls more lands than you, search your library for a basic Plains card. Put it onto battlefield, tapped, and then shuffle. Okay, sounds like that one Knight of the White Orchard, I feel. Okay, it's definitely got to feel like that, but in dog format. All right, here we go. That's a cool picture of an owl bear. A mountain, a Borea Pegasus, okay. Soul Knife Spy seems to be coming up a fair bit. Choose your weapon. There's a black dragon. Okay, we have a red dragon. And then we have Minsk Beloved Ranger. So he's going to make booze somehow, isn't he? All right. So we have white, green, and red. He's a legendary human ranger 3/3. When he enters the battlefield, yes, create Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample and haste. I love it. It's a hamster with trample. You can pay X until end of turn. A target creature you control has base power and toughness XX and becomes a giant in addition to its other types. Activate only as a sorcery. My voice is cracking a little bit there. Sorry, folks. All right, 2 more packs to go. Let's see if we can get some more awesomeness for Robert. All right, that looks like it was probably Jump. Lurking Roper. There we go. Okay, here we have a white dragon. A Dragon's Disciple, Temple of the Dragon Queen. I wonder if this is a dragon-themed pack. Treasure Vault. You can tap it to add a colorless mana and pay double X, tap it, and sacrifice it to create X treasure tokens. Interesting. Okay, that might actually see some play, I think. Okay, last pack. Congratulations, Robert. Of course, you're getting a list card on the last one, so really awesome. Thanks again for sponsoring. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you smash that like button. It really does help me out. And go ahead and leave me a comment in the section below and tell me what you're thinking of this set. Here we have Zorn, so it's a rare, 1 red and 2 for an elemental. He's a 3/2. If you would create 1 or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional one. Okay, a foil purple worm, and nice, very good card to be ending off with. And Aura Shards, that's the original sort of invasion looking print as well. So we all know that card's super big one for Commander. Congratulations, Robert, and thanks once again for sponsoring this video. All right, everybody, bye for now.